So I'm a little bit nervous about this video. I'm going to share with you my own personal financial goals for 2025. So please don't judge me. I'm even scared of achieving these as well because some of them are quite big. But my reason for doing this is to help make myself accountable, but to also inspire you, hopefully, to think about what goals financially you want to achieve for yourself for 2025. This is SugarMamma TV. Hi everyone, welcome back to SugarMamma TV. I am financial planner Canna Campbell, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. I am your source of education, empowerment, and excitement when it comes to all of your financial goals and dreams. On this channel, I don't just talk about money, I talk about life in general. I'm a working mom of 3, I also have 3 dogs, and I'm also very open about my own mental health journey, of course minimalism, and capsule wardrobe fashion. So I'm not just going to sit up here on my high horse and tell you how to spend your money or how to invest. It's about living a real, authentic life where we focus on our own personal growth, development, and adventure. All right, so I'm going to share with you my financial goals for 2025. I'm going to focus on just 5, and they're a mix of ones that are purely monetary, some of them are lifestyle, and some of them are about my own personal growth around motherhood. So let's get started. So number 1 is I want to invest $100,000 into shares. So about, maybe 8 years ago, I started this thing up called the $1,000 Project, and it's where I hustled $1,000 at a time. The moment I had $1,000, I went and invested it into a share portfolio, predominantly Australian industrial shares. Now that portfolio is worth over $308,000 today. But the truth is, over the last 5 years, I've I wouldn't say dropped the ball, the portfolio's still been going, it's been reinvested. But what's happened is I've been so busy with having 2 more children and moving house twice and just the juggle of life, I haven't put in as much as I would have liked. So now is my time, my calling to try and catch up. So my goal is to try and invest $100,000 into this investment portfolio. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to use a debt recycling strategy. This is our home, which we own, and we have a mortgage attached, but over time, we've been chipping away at the mortgage and helping increase the value of the property. So we've got a bit of equity we can use to borrow to invest. Now, this is not product advice, strategic advice whatsoever, but when the timing is right, I'm going to look to use a debt recycling strategy where I will set up a separate loan of $100,000 secured against this home and invest that into the share portfolio. I'm not going to do it until the end of the year because I want to make sure I've got all my ducks lined up and I do this in the right methodical and wise, sensible way. But this is how I'm going to achieve that goal. Now, why would I want to achieve that goal? Well, great question. I'm really serious about our FIRE goals. That is, being able to retire as soon as possible, retire rich, retire early. And that $100,000 into shares represents more passive income through dividends, in particular, growing passive income. So I can add this to the $1,000 project portfolio and take it from being a $300,000 investment portfolio to over $400,000, but more importantly, raise our passive income source. Now, I'll do a separate video if you like about a debt recycling strategy and how to use it wisely. So if you'd like this, put it in the comments below. But that is one of my goals for 2025. 2, the goal of going on holiday. Not just any holiday, but taking our kids, that is Tom and I taking our 3 kids, overseas to Queenstown skiing. Now, I grew up skiing. I was very lucky that my parents liked to travel and my dad was a really good skier and he taught me how to ski, and obviously I went to ski school. I was very lucky and I'm eternally grateful. I want to make sure that my children know how to ski. I love skiing. It's a great sport. It's incredibly social, and there is something so breathtakingly beautiful and spectacular being up in the mountains, the snowy mountains, and looking, into the distance and seeing just Mother Nature and being able to move with Mother Nature. So I am really desperate to make sure this is the year that we take our kids. Now, previously I've wanted to do this last year and the year before that, but it was just too hard. Our budget couldn't do it. We had too many big work commitments, and my kids are still quite young, particularly Apple's 5, Tiger's 3, but now we're going to do it. So this is our goal, and we want to do this in June. So how are we going to afford this? Well, okay, number one, frequent flyer points. We've been saving up our frequent flyer points for this. Number two, a little bit controversial, but we're going to take the kids out of school. The reason why we're going to do that is the accommodation, the lift passes, even some of the ski instruction lessons and flights are actually about almost 30% cheaper. So we're able to save a lot of money. I've also got a separate savings account, which I've been just ad hoc throwing spare money in when I save money to help build that so that we've got our spending money, because I never put a holiday on credit card because I never want to come home from a holiday in debt. Go on that holiday and have an amazing time and come back with a fresh slate. So really excited about doing this. And this is about investing in memories and moments and just building a beautiful bond between myself and my children, and of course Tom and I. That is where real wealth really is for us. Number three, okay, so this is a little bit materialistic perhaps, but everyone's like a little bit house proud, I think. Anyway, I really want to renovate our kitchen. My kitchen over here, it's fine, it looks fine, but actually the reality is the doors are falling off. It is scratching and damaging the floors. We've had huge water damage issues. It needs a complete overhaul, and also the design of it is just useless. Like, we don't even have a place to store our microwave, and you can't access certain points to store things. So we need to renovate our kitchen. This is not a cheap exercise. We want to do it right the first way. And so I actually had this as a goal for last year, but we fell short. So luckily I'm able to put some of the savings that we accumulated from last year towards this particular goal. So I am slowly and steadily saving up for that, and once we get back from our holiday skiing, I'll be able to sort of channel a lot of my focus and energy into saving money up for that renovation. But this is something I really want to do, and I kind of want to feel proud about our kitchen and enjoy spending time in the kitchen, cooking and getting things organized and just feeling a bit more in control, because it literally is falling apart. I know you can't see this right now, but it is. Goal number 4, this is more of a career goal, but it still obviously has a financial element to it, and that is publishing my 3rd book. So I saw a bit of a gap in the market around books. Obviously I've written The $1,000 Project, which was a bestseller and still sells today. I've written Mindful Money, which is your roadmap to building financial freedom, but I really want to show people about the power of Australian industrial shares. And there's nothing really in the market that actually talks purely to this and talks about the power of growing passive income streams and franking credits and stuff like that. The Australian share market is the cornerstone of my FIRE strategy. And so many people don't understand how it works and the beautiful benefits. So my goal is to make sure I publish this book this year. Now, I've written my first draft, which is really exciting. I'm currently working through my second draft, and I want to really make sure it is published before the end of the year. So that, for me, how am I making this happen when I work for myself and I've got 3 children on 3 very different time frames and schedules? Well, it's getting up early, getting up at 5 a.m. before my kids wake up and doing some deep work. Sitting there, focusing, enjoying a cup of coffee at my computer desk, reading, analyzing, fixing, changing, altering, and just continuously showing up for this book to make sure I get it finished and in your hot hands. And then finally, number 5, and this is a goal which I will admit I'm really struggling to stick to, but it's actually really focused around my relationships with my children. I love my job. I love my career path. I feel very lucky that I found my calling earlier in my career path. But I can obviously sometimes become really consumed by my work. I have trouble switching off, and I will admit, and I'm a bit embarrassed to share this, I sometimes have trouble being present because I'm just thinking about work. What am I going to do next? What have I got to do? So my goal is to stop work at 3 o'clock most school days. My daughter Apple just started school this year, and her school finishes at 3. I have to be there at 3. With the exception of the odd day here and there, avoid using after school care, because I want to be that parent that was at the school gates for her, because I didn't have that as a child. And so for me, there's nothing wrong with after school care. Definitely I do use it when I need it, but I just want to make sure that I can try and fix my own childhood issues and sometimes traumas by, I guess, doing things differently. It's just for me, and there's definitely no judgment for parents who need after school care. So this is where I admit I'm really struggling. I struggle to manage my time and getting there. So what I've done is set an alarm to go off at 2:35, which allows me 5 minutes to get some snacks ready for her, allows me to get in the car and not race, allows me time to find a parking spot that's not too far away from the school and to walk there and to turn up without my phone in my hand, checking emails or replying or taking work calls, but turn up and be present. Give her the biggest hug and kiss, take her to the car, put her in the car, give her some snacks, and go and either pick her sister up or go pick her brother up. So it is hard, but I'm putting systems in place to help me, support me in being more present, embracing that time where we get one-on-one contact with each other, and to make me realize that I'm doing things differently and I don't need to repeat certain behaviors or patterns. I can just be there. Now, a bit nervous sharing all this with you. Let me know what you think of these goals. But the reason why I want to share this with you is so you can see inside my life that I'm not all about money and wealth and passive income. I'm actually about my own personal growth and development, being the biggest, best person I can be to the people who love me the most and I love them the most. And to share that my journey is not just about money, it's about my relationships. It's about being proud of who I am, being able to help people and be of service and of value to the people around me, but also to embrace life, because life is precious, life is beautiful, and we only get one chance, so let's make it the most. So I would love to hear from you what your important goals are for 2025. What are you working towards? What's important to you? And do any of these goals really resonate with you? Do they trigger something within you that you would like to incorporate into your own life? All right, let me know what you think. And of course, if you want me to share with you a video on debt recycling and how to do it the smart way, the safe way, and of course, at the right time for the right reasons. This is SugarMamma TV, and I'll see you next Thursday. So make sure you're subscribed. And of course, that notification bell is switched on. Ciao for now.